I feel like for this video I should be wearing a Santa Claus hat or maybe some little reindeer ears, but anyway, today's video is going to be my top tips for surviving the holidays, the festive season. I know that a lot of you from overseas will be having Thanksgiving soon, and then of course we are rolling into Christmas. And for me personally, this time of year has always been the hardest when it comes to staying on track with my goals, because I often have my birthday and I like to celebrate all November, followed by Christmas, and then roll around January, I'm already up a few kilos. So I thought I would compile some tips to help you and help myself get through the festive season. I'm going to break this video down into two parts. The first part of the video is going to be how you can stay on track throughout the holiday season. That'll be 6 tips to help you. And then the second part is going to be my top tips for actually handling the day, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. Hopefully these tips really help you. I hope they do. And as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and smile. The first tip is going to be keeping your usual habits. So I'm talking about your water intake, your steps, your sleep routine, and just having some kind of consistency around these things, including workouts. So I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, oh, it's so hard around the holidays. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. I'm not saying that you have to, drink a gallon of water or 3 liters of water every day. You have to hit 10,000 steps, non-negotiable every day. I'm just saying that you shouldn't like throw all your usual habits out the window completely just because it's the holidays. So each day of December you could aim to hit, maybe if you can't hit 10,000 steps, maybe you're going to aim for 8,000 steps. If you're not drinking a gallon of water or 3 liters of water, maybe you're going to take that back a little bit and it might be 80 to 90 ounces or 2.5 liters if you're on this side of the world. Don't let kind of the fact that you're not going to be perfect over the holidays derail you completely, so you don't even try. Something is always better than nothing. If you're not going to go to the gym during this time, it doesn't mean that you can't get in a quick workout at home. Number 2, shop smart. Be really aware of what you're buying and keeping in your fridge and pantry during this time. If you are really busy or you're feeling a little bit stressed around Christmas, it's going to be so much easier for you to grab chippies and biscuits from the cupboard if they're just sitting there waiting for you to crack into them. So if you don't buy them, you can't eat them. Another tip when it comes to shopping smart is buying snacks that are kind of like healthier alternatives that you can grab and go when it comes to an event where you have to bring a plate. So instead of bringing like the usual chip and dip, you could swap it out for vegetable sticks and a lighter dip. You could swap out chippies for popcorn like I showed in my healthy snacks video. There are so many healthy alternatives that are just as enjoyable these days. Number 3, encourage people to take their food home with them. So if you are having a dinner party, you're having Thanksgiving, you're having Christmas at yours, I understand what it's like when everyone leaves and there's just a whole lot of food left at yours. You're going to have it in the fridge, you're going to have it in the pantry for days after, and you don't really want to have an excessive amount of food in the house if you have fitness goals in mind. So encourage everyone to take their plates home with them. Maybe encourage people to even take a doggy bag with them. And if no one's taking the food home, you know what? You could always donate it. Someone else is going to love that. You could give it to a homeless person. I'm sure that they would appreciate it too. So just try not to keep all the food in your house and then feel like you have to eat it. You do not have to eat the food just because it's there. Number 4, have an accountability partner. I feel like this goes throughout the year. It applies to the festive season as well as any time in the year. So in terms of having an accountability partner, it could be your partner, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, someone that you can either do workouts with or that you could even just text about, how you're going over the festive season. I do think that keeping some kind of structure with workouts throughout the holiday season is a great idea. So maybe it's just that, you and a friend are going to go to the gym 4 times a week. If you're not going to go to the gym together, maybe you'll do a home workout. Just something to keep some kind of structure in there and an accountability partner to keep your goals at the front of your mind throughout the silly season. Number 5, plan your weeks in advance. This kind of came into my time management tips video, but it's all about looking at the week ahead and seeing what you have on and then making fitness be a part of your lifestyle. So if you know that every day after work you've got Christmas events or dinners and things like that spontaneously pop up, then maybe it means you need to pick to do your workouts first thing in the morning before work. So it might be that you're going to work out 4 times a week, and you're going to schedule them in like a doctor's appointment and not skip out on them. Because if you're always leaving them to do after work and you find that things keep popping up, you're going to find that you keep skipping your workouts. Number 6, this one is a big one that I had to learn in particular on competition prep. Do not be afraid to say no. This applies to food, and this applies to all kinds of social events that you will be invited to. If you don't want to eat something, you don't have to eat it. If you don't want to go to a Christmas party, you don't have to go. Unless it's like your family thing, then you probably should go. But in general, it is a-okay to say no to things. I think people feel so guilty about, not eating a certain food when someone offers it to them, or not going to a certain event that so-and-so invited them to. This is your life and you have to live it. And this applies to so many things. So when you are walking around the supermarket and someone offers you some free cake around the festive season, when you are at your family dinner and your nan just keeps pushing you to have more and have more, it's okay to say no. But on the flip side, if you genuinely want to eat something or you genuinely want to go and do something, do it, of course. But I just continuously get asked by people about how I handle awkward situations, such as being in the office or being at work and having someone say to you, oh, have one more, have this, have that, and they're pestering you to have something that you don't even want. Just stay firm in your decision and just say no. It's okay to say no. Number 7, alcohol. I'm sure a few of you have been sitting here thinking like, yeah, but what about drinks? So I personally am not a big fan of alcohol. I never have been really. I might have like 1 or 2 drinks a year on holiday. Like we're talking over in Hawaii or over on an island, I might have a cocktail. But in general, I just don't drink because I don't enjoy it. Whereas Ross, my fiance, he loves a good beer here and there. Sometimes he'll have a full beer, sometimes he'll have a light beer. If you like alcohol, drink alcohol. If you don't drink alcohol. Don't feel like you have to be peer pressured into drinking something you don't want to drink. But when it does come to drinking, if you have fitness goals in mind and you have goals you want to achieve, there are smarter ways in terms of drinking. So instead of having, a vodka and a Coke, maybe you're going to go for a vodka and a sugar-free like Coke Zero. If you are, wanting a wine, maybe you'll have 1 wine instead of 3 wines. You might have a light beer instead of a full beer and have less beers. There are so many different ways to cut back your calories when it comes to alcohol, but still enjoy it. So if you do want to have a drink, by all means go for it, but I wouldn't suggest that you want to have like 3 or 4 cocktails because they are calorically dense, and before you know it, you would have drunken your full day of calories within, like 2 to 3 glasses of whatever cocktail. I haven't had a cocktail in so long. But like a pina colada, I love them, but they're not the best thing when it comes to like fat loss goals. Lastly, for this part of the video, tip number 8, be realistic about your goals and your expectations during this time. Like losing weight over the Christmas season is so hard, and I know this because every November, every December, for the past few years, I have gained weight, and this year I am not going to. I travel around this time, I see my family, I see Ross's family, and there's a lot of events out, and your girl loves food. I can eat, but I'm actually tired of doing that each year and going into the new year feeling like I'm up in weight, I feel heavy, and I feel like I've got to start all over again. It just doesn't make me feel good. So I thought this year I'd really drive it home on Instagram and tell everyone, you know what, it's 8 weeks now until the end of the year, and I am not letting my foot off that pedal. I'm going to keep going throughout these last 2 months of this year, make them count, and go into 2021 feeling really good, happy, healthy, strong, and confident. However, over this time, it's made to be enjoyed, so don't stress out. Like maybe instead of worrying about fat loss, you want to maybe just focus on maintaining weight and enjoying time and being mindful. And I'll get onto this more after my next kind of set of tips. I'll finish off with a little bit of feel-good motivation for you. So moving on to my second part of this video, how do you actually handle the day? What are you going to do on Thanksgiving? What are you going to do on Christmas? What is the plan of attack? So I'm going to share with you my plan of attack, how I personally handle the holidays, and I hope that this helps you in some way or another. So of course, disclaimer, this is what I personally do and what I find works for me. But over time, you will find what works best for you. I just hope that this gives you some kind of inspiration. So tip number 1, I always like to plan my day around the main meal. So for example, Christmas with Ross's family is always a family lunch. So this means that I skip food in the morning, I don't eat breakfast, I'll fast through, I try not to touch any nibbles, and then come lunchtime, I'm going to eat and enjoy. I am not going to, have a big breakfast or anything like that. I pretty much just want to save as many calories as I can to enjoy the lunch with family. So whether you have a dinner or whether you have a lunch, it's going to vary. Like if I had a dinner, I wouldn't save all my calories all day because I'd be so hungry, and then by dinner time I just want to eat everything. But earlier in the day, if I was having a dinner, I might decide that I'm going to, just have like egg whites and veggie stir fry, or chicken and vegetables, and just have high protein, lots of vegetables, try and stay full throughout the day. And then come dinner, I'd enjoy it and just be mindful. So it really depends on how you want to structure it, whereas other people might prefer to just have small meals throughout the day so that they don't go crazy when it comes to the nighttime dinner. Number 2, start the day with some kind of movement. I know that some gyms are shut on Thanksgiving or Christmas, but luckily Ross and I go to a 24/7 gym. So on Christmas morning, we usually will go to the gym and have a workout. We usually just pick like any fun exercises we like doing. It's like a Christmas present to ourselves. In the past, before I met Ross, my dad and I would actually go hiking on Christmas Day. That would be our form of movement. So you could do anything to get the day started. Maybe if your family likes to sleep in, you might wake up early, go for a walk around the block with a friend. You might take the dog for a walk. You might go to the gym for a workout. You might do a HIIT workout. Just start the day with some kind of movement because it gets the feel good endorphins flowing, and it really sets your tone for the rest of the day. I love starting the day with a workout. Number 3, snack smart on the day. Christmas. If it's anything for you like it is for Ross's family, there are so many amazing kind of snacks around. There's cheese and chips and fresh fruit and a bowl of chocolates on the table. The kids pretty much get in there before I get to go there, but I understand how tempting it is just to snack on everything, but you have to realize that those snacks are always going to be there. Like there's no point eating Oreos that you could buy year round. I'm pretty sure pumpkin pie is like an American Thanksgiving thing. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I'm not quite sure. But for me personally, around Christmas time, brandy snaps are something that I really like. So it's like a sweet thing with whipped cream in it. I absolutely love that, and it's something I wouldn't eat year round. So I'm going to make sure that I enjoy those instead of the chocolates or the Oreos that I could get at any time in the year. So really be smart with what you want to eat. If you know you don't eat pumpkin pie all the time, make sure that you save room in your tummy space for pumpkin pie. So in short, don't waste calories on foods you can get year round. Following on from that, number 4, be mindful. There are always going to be a lot of snacks and things around this time of year, whether you're at your parents' house, whether you're at a work event, maybe it's in your work office. There are always treats and things. But I honestly think it's just so important to be mindful and not just kind of snack throughout the day, whether you're at home or at work, and just mindlessly eat foods that don't really make you feel very good. Before you know it, you're going to be full up on snacks, and by the time the main meal rolls around, you're already too full to actually enjoy it. So instead of kind of snacking on all the nibbles, I do recommend that you drink some water, maybe have some soda water or a sugar-free drink, sip on that while the nibbles are out. That's what I usually do. I'll have like a Sprite Zero. The carbonation in it kind of helps me feel fuller in my tummy while I'm waiting for the main, and then I'll enjoy my main meal without going into it feeling full of snacks. Number 5, the 1 plate rule. So if I say this, I feel like in your head you're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's just get a plate and fill it up. But no, when I say the 1 plate rule, I actually have tried this before and it's quite effective. Instead of going up and getting seconds, thirds, fourths at any kind of event, get 1 plate and then select the few things that you actually want to try and enjoy them. I always load up my plate with protein and vegetables. I try not to fill up on things like bread rolls and just kind of normal food that I could have at any time, because I'd rather save room in my stomach and in my calories for dessert. I'm a dessert person. Whereas if you're a savory person, you might want to have some rice or potato or whatever it is. So everyone has different preferences. It's just about finding what works best for you. But anyway, stick to a plate, try and include some vegetables in there, some protein in there, and then a little bit of whatever else you want. Don't pile up the plate. sit down properly, enjoy it, and make the moment of you eating your food about the family you're with and the loved ones. Like, at the end of the day, the holidays aren't about the food. They're about the people you're with and the memories you make. So yeah, get a plate, sit down, be mindful, talk to people, and enjoy it. Then when it comes to dessert, I also apply a 1 plate rule. So it's actually technically 2 plates, 1 for mains, 1 for desserts, but let's be honest, we're not going to put them together. So when it comes to dessert, I'll usually try and stick to just like 1 bowl or 1 plate and pick the desserts I really want to try. And sometimes that might mean that I'm going to have half a slice of brownie instead of a full slice of brownie because I just want a little bit. So it is all about just factoring in what you actually want to eat and then enjoying what you put on your plate without feeling any kind of guilt. It's the holidays. It's meant to be fun. And that flows on to my final thing I have to say. If you don't take anything away from this video until right now, that is to be kind to yourself. The holidays are made to be enjoyed. Life is made to be lived. You know what? You're not going to ruin all your progress by having a couple of days off. If you don't want to work out on Christmas, don't work out on Christmas. If you don't want to, be mindful with your food, by all means, don't be mindful of your food. This video is mainly for those of you that are kind of feeling a little bit anxious about the holidays coming up. You've worked really hard this year and you don't want to, blow out all your results. And I can promise you that 1 day or even 2 days off plan is not going to derail you completely. Like, of course, you probably don't want to jump on the scales after Christmas, but at the end of the day, life is made to be lived, and I truly want you to enjoy the festive season. Just be mindful throughout the week, throughout the month of all the celebrations you have, and just know that all the little things that you say yes to do add up. Every little kind of free food item you're eating and nibbles you're eating do add up over time. So you don't want to spend December just eating the whole month, because come January you aren't going to feel your best. But if you want to enjoy Thanksgiving, in November, and then you want to enjoy Christmas in December, maybe you even enjoy Boxing Day after Christmas, it's fine. It's 3 days out of a whole year. You have to put things into perspective. Like, of course, you might feel like a little bit full on Christmas Day after the food you've eaten, but it's okay. Pick yourself back up and get back on track the next day. I hope that these tips have helped you in some way or another. Please be kind to yourself, enjoy time with loved ones, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next video.